Good morning, everybody, and welcome to a fantastic morning. The sun is shining here in London. I'm at the Rembrandt Hotel. This is the event room that we have today, and I am helping to host and facilitate a 3-day business course called Explode Your Expert Biz Intensive. Intensive because it is quite intensive. However, it's all about getting things done, and that's what we've been doing. Hello, good morning, Sylvie. Lovely to see you. Now, getting things done is fantastic, and that's what's been happening. Hi, Fiona. So, what makes an amazing speaker? Well, what a question. For a lot of people, it's kind of instinctive. It's in the gut, and they go, hi, Fiona. It's kind of in the gut, and it's this person's not good, that person's not good, this person's great, this person's amazing. But what? Have you actually sort of unpicked it all and looked at it and gone, well, what is it? So this morning I thought I would do a Facebook Live around this, and as I was sitting making a few notes, I thought, oh my goodness, actually there's so many different elements to this that I'm now going to do a series of Facebook Lives. So, and we're going to look at various different aspects of these things, because that is when you put them all together and you can be consistent with it, which means that if you're doing that, I don't know, 40-second pitch at a networking meeting, for instance, you're consistent throughout the whole thing, and you're engaging and amazing, and people really are going, yes, wow, and hanging off your every single word. The fact that you could perhaps do it for 10 minutes or 20 minutes or 30 minutes, 60 minutes, 90 minutes. You see, this is what makes an amazing speaker, someone who can do that for the whole of the 90 minutes. Hi, Sunny. Have you noticed that in multi-speaker events, there are more speakers each day? The organisers tell you it's because they want to bring you as much value as possible and expose you to lots of different people, and you're going to get great value from that. And I suppose there is a grain of truth in it. However, word of warning, because I have noticed this more and more. When I first started coming to events, people would put on a 3-day event, to have the same number of speakers that they now do in a day. Okay, this cuts your overheads and your costs in terms of eventing, and it is expensive. But how much value are you really getting from those speakers? And you see, I think one of the reasons why going from a 90-minute talk to now had become a 60-minute talk, and now if I'm asked to give a talk, it's usually 30 minutes. That's a big difference, isn't it? 90 to 30. Why? One part of my method, the Ace Your Speaking Game method that I've put together, the first level is about keeping your audience awake. And I think this is the key to why people's talks are getting shorter and shorter, and they're being asked for shorter and shorter talks. Because quite frankly, keeping your audience awake for 90 minutes is a long time. And if you're going to really do it well and really do it justice and really give your audience a really easy time in terms of being able to listen to you and take away some really good, valuable stuff that they can actually use, you now need some really fantastic speaking skills. And I think that that is what is missing, because what's happening is people were rambling on for an hour and a half. Even if they've got a fantastic structure, they still weren't keeping that engagement. They might get it now and again through the talk, but it wasn't consistent. And that's my theory as to why we have so many more speakers on one day and they have no more than 30 minutes. In some cases, 20 minutes. You can get away with an awful lot in terms of lack of speaking skills if you've only got 20 minutes. You can still be deathly boring at parts, but you can get away with that a lot more because it's much shorter. And that is what we are talking about today. So, what makes an amazing speaker? Engagement. That's what I've been talking about so far. Engagement. What does that really look like? So, as this is kind of a bit of an introduction video, Facebook Live today, and I'm going to look at some more specific things over the next few Facebook Lives. What we look at today is more general stuff. So the generality is you need engagement. You need, and let's look at it from the audience point of view, they need to find it easy to listen to you. If you have to work so hard, so hard to really listen to someone, then unfortunately they're not really doing their job very well. So from an audience point of view, it needs to be easy for them to listen to. It needs to be easy for them to take the information and use it. So that's one thing. That's from the audience's point of view. How many of you actually think about that from your audience's point of view? Then next, what does it look like from a speaker point of view? Well, from a speaker point of view, it's going to look like a number of things altogether. Number one, there's going to be a certain amount of energy that you're going to see and feel from the speaker. You're going to see their face moving. And their face is not just going to move any old how. It's going to be aligned to the tone of their voice, which is going to be aligned to the meaning of the words, their message. And that is what's so important. There's going to be alignment there. And that's the beginning of engagement. So over the next few Facebook Lives, I'm going to pick this apart because that's just generalities. You know, let's look at what it is to do all of those things. What does it actually look like? So we are going to be looking at the tone of your voice, the timbre of your voice, your dynamics, that's how loud or soft you are, the tempo, the pace of what you're doing. We're going to be looking at variety, consistency. We're going to be looking at all kinds of different things and how they then all come together to make you the most amazing speaker. One word of warning. This does not happen overnight. I can't just tell you these things and you go away and you just plonk it into your speaking. Unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. You know, we have to work with our human bodies. That means we have to do stuff with our muscles and we have to practice. We have to know how to practice. Otherwise, we end up practicing the wrong things and then we get worse rather than better. And there's all of this going on. So it's not a quick fix. And I don't advocate any kind of quick fixing out there. But what I do know is that all of these skills are eminently learnable. If you're prepared to put the time into them, you can become an amazing, totally stand out, fantastic, brilliant, the kind of thing that if you ever sit in the audience go, that can be you. But it takes time, it takes knowledge, it takes practice to get there. If If you want to know more, listen to the next lot of Facebook Lives over the next few days, and you'll begin to see how we can bring this together. And if you decide, gosh, actually, yes, this is something I'm really interested in, then drop a comment underneath or send me a message, and I'll let you a little bit more into what it is that you can do to really invest in yourself. So I look forward to talking to you tomorrow.